If you love what we do, then please consider supporting CryptFail on Patreon. Your support helps us grow and to create more content more often. And now, on with the show. And a couple of days later, you enter port, and it's a smaller sort of affair, a lot more rustic in its sort of approach. It definitely is making do with what it has.
Ragnar, Captain Ragnar, how long do you plan to set port here?
Until the sound of coin rings hollow.
I think I will. How do the Avalonians say it? With my whistle.
Is he not Avalonian too?
Yeah. I am by citizenship, but not by birth. Still get to know the customs of them. Oh, Captain, what do you wish to do with the special treasure?
That course is not yet plotted.
I hope that your crew do not have loose lips. Do not want to have word spreading of such a valuable artifact on your ship.
You are also part of crew, da?
I do not speak for myself. I know I am very, very, very secretive. No, I make sure there is no secret come out of this iron cage. That is my mouth. So, what of the other scallywags?
If they did, they would be smart enough to blame the Avalonian merchant.
I do hope so. Oh, Bard, let's go for a drink. Maybe you can earn some money singing about secret treasure.
Aye.
You gotta have goals.
Goals. Be good at being a pirate.
Mm-hmm. Catalina's down below, currently doing tooth surgery on one of the on one of the crew members, and lecturing about drinking too much grog and eating too much sugar.
And Marguerite?
Is trying to decide what she's doing. Probably sticking pretty close to Alana, being one of the only people who can translate for her. And not wanting to just kind of leave her without anyone being able to understand.
So what are you doing with her?
Well, what's she doing?
At the moment she's tying ropes because she's not been told to do anything. She's been practicing and getting better.
Oh. Then Marguerite would be helping her learn to tie knots, because that's something Marguerite is pretty good at.
So who wants the scene? Because it's up to you gals.
I guess the landlubbers can
The two who've left the boat, yeah.
do it
go
first.
for
I imagine we just find a tavern of some description.
Oh yeah, there's a tavern. That's what I'm saying. Like, you've got the scene. You can describe this scene. If you really want the one from the book, I can dig out the book and look it up. Otherwise, you can just make it up.
So, Fenric, what do you feel like today? You feeling like putting on a good show for these rich folk? Or you're just gonna go find one of these little taverns over to the side there and play some shanty song?
I mean, these people don't really look like rich folk, but...
Oh, no, you'll be surprised. These pirates, they make a big living pillaging and pilfering from the poor. They have a lot of coin to spend, they just don't spend it wisely. That's why it's good if you can help persuade them to liberate their coin into your pocket. Not in a shady way, as in you do a good performance, they like it, they give you the money. I figured that the bigger the hotel or bar, whatever they call it here, the more patronage we might get. Let's say.
Do you think we can just walk up to a random place and start
Of
playing?
course. I mean, look at you. You look the part. You can sing, you can play an instrument, and listening to the crowd, I can't seem to hear any music. I think you can step this up a little bit and add a bit of decorum. I think we should find ourselves a big hotel. Yes. You look like the part. You ready for a concert?
Alright, I'll give it a shot. Do you play any instruments?
I can bang my head with a spoon.
That'll do. Can always use some percussion.
I tell you what, I'll line up one of these barkeeps, and we'll get you a gig. And I can sit in the back playing a lute or something, I don't know. I'll let you do all the musicking. I'll just arrange the performance. What about this hotel over there? Look at it. 2 stories, no, 3 stories high. And a lot of Patreons slanding around the side. I think this might be a good place for us. What think you?
Let's give it a shot.
Okay. We'll go up. Oh, excuse me, sir. Let's see. We'll go inside. Here we are. I think that big woman at the table there, she looks like she is the owner. She certainly looks well endowed. Pardon me. Madame. Hello.
What you want?
I have a proposition to make. It seems as though you may need a bit of liveliness in this hotel. No?
She's just frowning at you.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning. I have a friend here who has quite a talent with music. So much so that he does draw quite attention of crowds. I can see here some bums are not on seats and some seats need more bums. What say we put on a bit of a show for you? All we ask is for the space, and they allow us to take the coin. But we will work up quite a show and bring in a crowd to make your pockets burst full of gold. What do you say?
Alright. And if you're terrible, I'll throw you out in your ear.
No. He has been practicing. This fine fellow over here, he has sung to the Queen of Avalon. That's right, you heard me. He is the one and only. He is a maestro. I will gather all the Patreons, not patients, of course, here, and we will put on a show. I go around, find a table, and stand on the top of the doors table in the middle of the room. Everybody, listen up. Today I have a treat for you. With me is one of the greatest performers you have ever witnessed. He has traveled the 7 seas. He has fought against the Vestimaja. He has been there when Yosora has been the uprisings against the witches, and he has been in the depths of the Vojack courts. He knows every story about brave, about bold, and about the weak who have become the greatest of kings. This man has a story for all. So gather round and let us inspire you to new heights with the greatest bard of the 7 seas, Fenric!
And Fenric will pull out his accordion and stand up atop a table and start playing. He looks really nervous. He's been hyped up quite a bit.
So give me a roll, but at the same time, you can be really happy this isn't D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
There won't be a 1.
I'll help you out on this one.
I will also allow Chuggle Muffin there to roll as well.
What I am going to do...
Is this considered a risk?
Yeah, I'm going to do it as a risk. It's not actually a risk, but it's going to be more how well you succeed.
Can I use my hubris?
What is it? Because I don't know what your hubris is.
My hubris is unfortunate. +2 hero points when choosing to fail an important risk before rolling.
Yes.
Can I activate my virtue?
Probably, you might want to.
It's glorious. So activate my virtue when I'm the center of attention. For the next risk, when I determine raises, every die counts as a raise.
Put this into a story. Wojack, in his arrogance, seems to make himself more of the target of laughter. And as Fenric seems to sense the mood of the bar, goes with it and uses that against Wojack in a sense, making this more of a comedy routine with Wojack as the butt of every joke.
Okay.
Get a load of this guy.
Get a load of this guy.
Is that what your song is about?
Get a load of that guy. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
He has an accordion.
Yeah, so I have 8 raises.
Wow.
And I failed.
So you fail to hype up the crowd, but in a way that kind of works in my favor because the performance is so good, you weren't expecting it from what you were saying.
Goes for the rest of the day and well into the night, drumming out quite a crowd, earning some coin and a bit of...
31.
That's how much silver you obtain.
Alright. And I'll give 10 of that to Wojack. This is kind of an apology for making fun of you on stage, but it worked out, you know?
I just grabbed the money out of his hand.
So you're playing probably for the next 3 or 4 hours, so what are the ship people doing?
Yeah, Catalina was going to take the opportunity to use the, I guess the port to, I guess, do some of the medical chores that she would normally do if out on an extended stay. Maybe with some of the crew, just doing some health checks and stuff. She's got no.
Yeah, I guess
well,
so.
Catalina's got no reason to disembark.
Yeah, and Marguerite's not really going to leave unless Alana wants to, because she's just hanging out with her. She doesn't want to leave because she feels bad if she's like, I shall abandon you, child, who doesn't know how to speak to anyone.
The night rolls on.
I imagine
There's
so.
nothing from me, so this is your scene.
What does the kid do?
She's just enjoying being on the ship.
That's good.
It's a new adventure for her.
Just tying knots and stuff.
Yeah, she's a whole new skill, and they've been treating her...
Probably not all night, I don't think.
No, I mean, she's doing different things, but she's been learning,
Yeah.
and they've been treating her not like a member of the crew and not like a pet, but sort of somewhere in between. So she's been feeling more just being treated like a human being than probably where she came from. So...
She's the new ship's mascot.
Yeah, in a way. They haven't been treating her at all terrible.
Oh, well, after Catalina's done, pulling out some rotten teeth, and she'll be probably looking on with interest at this kid, to sort of like trying to gauge what kind of, because she's never met a Vidachi before.
As you're watching, Wojack comes stumbling in. I come back from the tavern a bit earlier than Fenric. Not in the highest of spirits. Shuffling my feet and making my way down to my cabin. Not really wanting to stay out there. As I do, I walk past the doctor and see you staring at the little witch. I got to move on, but then...
She might be taller.
little big witch. I go to walk past with a grunt, but then stop and turn around and walk back into the room where you are. I look at you in the eye, look you up and down, go, well, you are a witch, but at least you didn't try to kill me yet.
Catalina backs up with you looking her up and down as though you're sizing her, and she's misconstruing this as something else. And she's looking at you very intently, and after that comment, she looks at you with a wry smile. The smile contorts. She goes, Yat el Shivato.
If you are referring to Alana, she did not try to kill you either.
Are you there, are you?
Yeah, so I said if Catalina came to look at Alana, and I'm with Alana, then I assume I'm there.
I'm with Catalina. She did try to kill me.
No.
Yes, she did.
No. I asked her. She said she was merely attempting to tell if you were speaking the truth.
My eyes widen. She attempted to see if I was telling the truth. Oh.
Oui?
She can do that?
I suppose.
We have a very powerful witch here, and we are floating off into the sunset, going who knows where, and...
The sun has already set.
Small details. I am not still worried as to how good of an idea.
Also, we are at port. We are not floating anywhere.
We'll be about to float anywhere. And the pirate is going to take us on another wild escapade, going across the seas to find more ships to pillage, plunder, and booty. Whereas we are here stuck trying to find passage back to our homes. Now...
Is that what we are doing?
Well, I, for one, would like to go back home. It would be nice. see my family again. But more and more it becomes more distance. And now we have to babysit a witch. When did this happen?
Earlier today?
Okay.
I believe.
I believe the princess is correct.
Okay. My point being, why are we here? We should be trying to get a ship and board and passage back to home. We are now stuck with a pirate and the witch hell-bent on tracking down this murderess.
I mean,
I do not know
that
about
may be
yours,
what you
Shivato.
wish to do, but I am fine to remain here.
Some of us are maybe in no rush to head home.
Oui.
You wish to stay
Oui.
with this crew?
Oui?
Duh. So
Why not?
do you not have a family at home?
I do.
You do not miss them?
Not terribly.
You don't miss your family? No husband or wife?
I do not have an husband or wife.
No? No children?
No. No.
Oh,
Ay, El Shivato, why are you fishing for information?
what about you then? Are you another enigma? For me, I'm quite happy to say I have a family and I want to see them again. You ask me, I am proud. I love them dearly. But for you, are you another free spirit just like her? Who seems to find life on the high seas with this mysterious witch and a bunch of pirates as a new life that you wish to tether to?
Catalina is just looking at Wojack.
It is, much more interesting.
Interesting, of course. The world is an interesting place. We have many here.
Well, this is more interesting than my home.
I feel sorry for you that your home was boring. You obviously didn't have the joys of parenthood.
Which side of parenthood? I have parents. I have no children.
One of the children. My daughter, she would run up to me every time I come back from sea. Like, Papa, what gifts you have for me? I would say, here we go. Wait there. I'll put my hand into her pocket, slowly pull up the next trinket that I have found in the far and distant land, and her eyes would open up, and she would jump up and down, cry and scream, go, Papa, you got this for me. Her little brother would be jealous, so of course I must give him something too, but he's too young to understand. Then I would go have a meal, sit down with my husband, and we will just talk about the latest thing that has happened on the sea. Our business would be ups and downs. It was ours. It was our home. And I miss it. Now I'm here stuck with these people.
Well, then we should attempt to find you a way home.
It would be nice to go see my family once again. I start to hang my head. My shoulders slump. I have had a bad day. I think I might rest. For tomorrow might bring new stories. Wild and adventurous, I can tell. But it's not...
Catalina sniffs the air. And too much to drink as well.
I did not drink this time, witch. Thank you very much.
That seems to be what everyone has gone to shore for.
Well, this one didn't get drink. Well, I was given a drink, but it wasn't politely given to me. It was thrown on me by some rude individuals. That bard certainly put up a show. He is one of...
What has he done?
I was up there trying to inspire the crowd for it to follow, and then it just ended up being a laugh on Wojack night. Hey, have a good laugh at Wojack. He is just a pitiful merchant wearing fancy clothes in a nowhere place. He's lost.
And Catalina's nodding up and down.
Oblivious to Catalina. Wait.
If you find your clothing is too fancy for where you are, you may borrow some
This is not
clothing. I have
fancy.
done so.
This is just normal clothing. It's not bad for me to wear a tunic with a doublet on top, is it? I like silk as well. It's comfortable. What is wrong with that? You say that silk is bad. If you had the money, you would buy the silk. Oh, you probably did have the money, but you spent it on alcohol, which you threw on me.
Oh, I thought you meant me, and I was confused.
No, not you. I am sure you can dress at least better than this witch, but...
Which witch?
Both of them by the looks of it.
Kian?
Our new witch over there doesn't seem to have minded the new clothing that she's been given. Funny, given a Vodachi.
Alana is also from a wealthy family.
Yes, and she's quite happy to wear the clothes that are given to her. Another enigma.
Oui? These are much more comfortable than the sort of clothing she was wearing when she, well, bumped into our ship.
What was left of it, the poor girl? What am I saying? She's a witch. No sympathy. She could kill us all in a heartbeat.
She will not. She wants to learn how to tie a bowline knot. She has no desire to kill you.
She is but a wee little child.
Wee
What are you talking
child?
about?
She's taller than you.
That's good.
She's not that wee.
She is only, 15? She is young.
15, but a witch. Plenty of years for
Ignorant
training in the Vodachi halls.
Innocent.
So you say.
She does not even know how to hold a weapon. Did you see her with this sword?
She is a weapon. Mark my words. She is dangerous.
She is quite sweet.
We'll regret this. You know.
I understand that you will.
I am regretting spaghetti. I wish I had some
You may have
spaghetti.
had something to drink after all.
No, but I think I feel like I need to run. I think there might be a bottle of whiskey underneath. I pick myself up and start to walk out.
Underneath?
Underneath.
Underneath what?
Catalina's looking at Marguerite with the most confused expression on her face.
Without turning back, I wave my hand. Oh, don't worry about it. The quartermaster and the purser has places. I will see if I can acquire some drink. Tomorrow I will speak with the captain. Find out what we are doing. We need to do some planning. I mean, at this rate, it seems like we'll just be scavenging the seven seas for the rest of our days. Hoarding loot and
That suits me.
So?
That is fine by me.
I hope at one point in time we'd make port at some
We
place.
did. Today.
Yeah, it would be nice if we had a port that was closer to my home, not further.
I thought we did not want to make port somewhere where they would say, oh, a pirate ship, we will, I do not know, fire upon them or something.
And if you were to disembark from a pirate ship within a reasonable port, would you not be affiliated as a pilot?
I wag my finger at her.
I'm not thinking correctly. You're not your right man, Wojack.
He's going to be.
That was the reason you gave for not merely dropping off Alana at a port.
Mm-hmm. I scratch the
So
back
it
of my
follows
head.
you may simply not also get off the boat at a port.
Yeah. I will need to change ships. I need to find. I need to talk to someone, a captain, or someone to figure something out so I can get home. Good night. This is too long of a night for me. I want
Bonne
a
nuit.
drink and I want to sleep. Hopefully tomorrow I will find a bath and it will be a nice bath. Ay. Wojack walks off, grumbling and shuffling his feet as he heads down below the decks.
He is
Catalina,
most concerned.
Catalina's looking at Marguerite with raised eyebrows.
And Marguerite's looking back. He seems to have many concerns.
See? Anyway, I have no rush to get home.
It is the same for me.
I wonder if the child is thinking the same. She's looking at Alana.
She seemed
who's-
more... Who's...
Found a bunch of ropes she's keenly trying to untie now.
Untie. She's tied all the ropes, and now she's... she's trying to untie. She's done such a good job, she can't untie them.
Well, you learn to tie them up, you learn to untie them. Catalina's just interested to find out whether she unties the wrong one. It's a ptoing!
She did say she wishes to find her family, so I imagine she is in more of an hurry to return home.
But surely. Yeah.
And Catalina just devolves into noises.
She's trying to communicate something. It is still a mystery of what who would be behind her being on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
If she was on the same boat as the artifact, then I would imagine it would be the group that wants the artifacts and the Fate Witches. As it appears she may be a Fate Witch.
I have not heard of these Fate Witches.
They are from Wojack. I have met one before. Not that long ago, to be honest. Anything of interest in my life that has happened would be in the past few weeks, to be fair. So I met her in the past few weeks.
So, if a Fate Witch, they practice, say, old spellcraft? Is that what you're saying?
I do not know. I only know that when I was with the group in Video and they thought that I was a member of their group, then they told me about a Fate Witch that they had captured and I met her. And it was when I was trying to set her free that I was discovered as not a member of their group. I do not know exactly what they wish with Fate Witches, only that they were searching for them.
The same group? See?
Oui. The group that has at least one of these Cyreneth artifacts. I know they are looking for more. They were also interested in fate witches. And since the crew seems to think that the ship on fire may have been Reese's doing, that makes me think so all the more.
Well, if this Reese can do this magic fire, I would not want to meet such a ship on the seas.
I was not aware she could do any sort of magic. She did not when I met her, but she was quite formidable all the same.
Catalina looks up in the sky, the stars. She's trying to gauge the time. It is late. She sighs as she looks back down at the kid.
With the rope.
With perplexed.
With a pile of knotted rope.
Yep. So much energy.
Have we found out where she is going to sleep?
No.
No.
Maybe we should go and ask El Capitan.
Perhaps.
Would you like to tell the child it's time for her bed?
I do not know how she will feel about that, however.
Catalina's face palming herself. She's got her hand up to her head. She's just...
Alana? We are going to ask the captain where you may sleep tonight, as we have not yet found this out. Would you like to come with us? All right. And not Catalina. Marguerite will turn back to Catalina.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, Catalina will. I'm not doing that. She says she will come with us.
Well, it does not seem like she will run away, so there's probably no need to tie her to the bed. To a pole.
I do not think there is. Especially, yes. I do not know where she would go.
All right, let's go and seek the captain, El Capitan.
And we will go look for the captain.
Mm-hmm. We'll go down to, I guess, captain's quarters. If he's not up on deck.
Most captain quarters are on the main deck, below the helm. The door is locked, and one of the pirates that's up on the helm, he leans over, and he's like, "Captain and first mate's not on the ship, sir." "Ma'am," he's like, "I'm sorry. We're just..." He's like,
Catalina's looking up at him.
He's like, "I used to be in the Navy, right? And we call everyone sir. It's sir, literally, it is sir for everyone."
It is alright.
And he's like, he taps his head. "It's a true story, Mum."
So,
What were we sleeping in, just out of curiosity?
Hammocks.
Well, have we noticed any empty hammocks we could stick her in?
So, for the most part, they also had to hot bunk, just because of the scale of the ship. If you wanted to spend a hero point, you could have had a hammock that was just yours.
No.
It's a choice, right? It doesn't matter. It's just... They would have given one to her. She's got her own.
Oh, she's got her own,
Yeah,
does she?
yeah. They've given her a hammock.
Oh, so we know she's got her own.
Yeah.
Who has one?
Alana, she has her own.
Oh, she has her
Yeah.
own, okay.
But it's more like...
Okay.
Yes.
The Capitan is not on board. Given how late it is, did you want to take first rest and I'll watch?
He's meeting a merchant about a cargo.
Huh?
Catalina looks up at the helmsman.
He's like, "I didn't say anything."
Oh. She's...
Someone.
it was the girl.
Someone's... Oh, then only I understood.
Mm-hmm.
Is meeting a merchant about cargo?
Yes.
How do you know?
I just... No. I can see the strands that connect people to destination.
I see. Fate. Well, that is very interesting. Thank you. Well, I believe that we are going to turn in for the night, if that is alright with you, Alana?
That is all right.
Excellent. Then we shall go below and find you a hammock.
And Catalina's going to climb up the crow's nest.
Okay.
Well, is there anyone else in the crow's nest?
Because you're important.
Who's surprised when you just show up and start dancing?
Well-
So is just the helmsman?
There's like
on the
there's
helm.
like two, and he's not having to steer or anything. He's just on the main deck there, like on the helm deck, and
Yeah.
I certainly hope he's not having to steer
No, that's what I mean. He's not.
while we're
He's
anchored.
just exactly right. I'm just saying he's just up there because there's more of a view of the deck and the dock, and there's a couple of others sort of more at the front. But yeah, the crow's nest was really designed to see ships on the horizon sooner, so that's not important. So there's no one up there at the moment.
Nope, but it gives a good vantage point
Yep.
of the town.
Yeah, it does.
And that's primarily what she's interested in. The coming and goings to anyone coming into port.
Yep.
Basically. So she'll do that till the wee hours of the morning, then she'll turn in and probably wake Marguerite up in the morning at that point.
And send her up to the crow's nest?
Oh, well, shit, Marguerite doesn't have to go up the crow's nest. But actually, how agile is Marguerite on ship?
Very.
Okay. Then she'll send Marguerite up to the crow's nest.
Excellent. Then Marguerite will go up to the crow's nest and not dance.
And what time will this be?
I thought you were agile.
Yeah, very. Doesn't mean I want to dance.
2, 3 in the morning.
Okay. And is Marguerite just chilling on the deck, or is she going up?
She'll... If Catalina has recommended she go up to the crow's nest, she'll go up to the crow's nest and just kind of keep an eye on everything like Catalina was doing.
You think the other pirates think you're both mad?
I'm sure they already thought that.
Yeah.
I was talking about a box having a heartbeat before. If they don't already think I'm crazy, then... I don't know if this is gonna really be the breaking point for that.
We've only just started.
So what are you doing up there? Like, so it's early. You don't know quite how early, but it's early. When one of the pirates' head pops up through the opening. Mom, come quick! And disappears back down the...
Excellent, then I will go quickly. I have no clue what's going on, but I will follow him.
And you get to the bottom. And the pirates stand there. And he's like, Captain and First Mate still not off the ship. You're the only one I can talk to. We've got visitors.
Visitors? What kind?
And he gets out of your way, and you can see what you think is a Castilian noble. And there's two definite not Castilian noble types standing behind him. One is holding a chest.
Not Castilian nobles?
Yes, they look like
nobles who are not Castilian, or they're not nobles?
No, they look like pirates. They do not look like they are cut from the same cloth as he is.
Okay.
And an area that you thought was just the blackness of the sea sort of ruffles differently, and you see that it is a woman dressed completely in black lace.
Oh. Hello?
You have something that I want. Something that belongs to me. And he snaps his fingers.
I do?
And they open a chest. and there's all gold coins in it. Yes. I'm willing to pay for it.
What is it?
Don't play games. You know what it is.
I quite honestly do not, and I have learned that merely going along with things you do not understand is a very bad idea.
And he looks like he's about to say something, and the woman steps up and puts her hand on him. And he looks at her for a moment, and he looks back, and he's like, you have a young girl.
And?
She...
Why do you wish to have a young girl?
She is ours. She is important. She is in the family.
Or you would do what?
Money?
You want to trade money for a girl?
The girl, not a girl. I am willing to compensate you for your inconvenience.
This is not my ship. I am not the one you would have to deal with. I will go have a discussion with some people and we will talk about it, but this is not my call, as you say.
I will give you till the end of day.
Merci. And will you return? Are you going to remain here? Or are we expected to come find you?
I will return. And I am sorry for this, because it's always you that gets this. And the Fate Witch, which you are now familiar... If you were probably of all of them more familiar, you would have seen them before, but you're sure that this is a Fate Witch.
I thought she was, yes.
And she walks up and she kisses you on your lips. So she kisses you through the lace. She doesn't remove the lace that's hanging down over her face.
And does the guy seem to think this is at all odd?
No, he doesn't seem to give a crap. Like, he's really just like, I want what I want. And
okay.
He's assuming she's doing something fate witchery, is what he's sort of like. Just,
fate witchery.
He's just like, fine. Like, he's probably thinking, because she's an ally, cool. She's doing something to help me get what I want.
Yes. Or just, she normally kisses everyone
and
she
if it's
meets.
weird, well, she's a fate witch. So... And then she releases you and whispers in your ear. And then she steps back. And he's like, end of day. Cross me on this at your own peril.
And may I have your name to relay to the captain, please?
My name is Hernandez, the Marquis.
Merci. Sounds good. Alright, I will, I guess, wait to see if they are leaving.
And they do. And she almost glides. Like, not, she's walking, but she's really elegant, like, and graceful.
And once they have left, I am going to go to talk to Catalina and Alana, because I think they're in the same place.
And when they leave, one of the pirates says to the other, like the two pirates start talking. I mean, you're still there, so you're involved. But I mean, like you know what I mean? Like they're talking to each other, but you're still there. And he's like, "Wait, did you recognize them?" He's like, "Yeah, they're from the Hades Deceit." He's like, "Yeah, I thought so."
Pardon, what is this Hades Deceit?
Oh, she's a pirate ship, ma'am. Particularly nasty one. They're not happy unless there's the hats on the floor, if you know what I mean.
And do you know what they would want with this girl?
Well, he ain't their captain.
Ah.
He's probably paying them
to do his dirty work. That is in their style. Nasty bunch.
Of course they are. All right. If the captain returns, will you please let me know?
At once, Mom.
Mercy. And Marguerite's going to go find Catalina and Alana, who may both be asleep. I don't know. I don't know what time it is.
It was still dark, so it's early.
It's still dark. It's early. Alright, well, if they are asleep, Marguerite's gonna wake up Catalina first, anyway. I don't know if that'll wake up Alana too, but specifically only trying to wake up Catalina at this point.
How are you going to wake her up?
Just kind of gently shake her shoulder. Like... Catalina?
Catalina looks like she's sleeping soundly. Marguerite shakes her shoulder. And almost instantaneously her eyes like open. She's looking up at the bottom of the floor deck above, and her eyes slide over to you, like, you are waking me for what?
I am sorry, there is a bit of a situation.
Her eyes now. A situation.
Oui, a nobleman. He showed up with some pirates and another fate witch. They want Alana.
Her eyebrows sort of purse inwards. That care? They want the girl.
Oui.
Then you, the girl, was on board?
Oui, they assumed I knew what they meant when they came and said... They said, you have something that belongs to me. And I said I didn't know what they meant, and he said, do not play dumb or something. Anyway, they knew she was here, and they want to pay us to give her to them. However, the Fate Witch that was present, she told me not to do so. Not that I particularly wanted to do so in the first place. However, she whispered to not give Alana to them, and she may also have cast some sort of spell. I am a little less clear on that part.
Catalina's head cocks to the side. She's looking at you. She looks you up and down, trying to see if there's any sparkly, glowy things going on. Nope.
She definitely did something.
So, this woman, she warned you not to sell out the girl?
Oui.
She looks back up at the ceiling.
They say that they will come back by the end of the day. As I told them, it was not my decision to make, as I am not the captain of the ship. They say they will return, and that we had better not cross them. The crew says that the pirates this noble was with are from a particularly nasty crew of a pirate ship called the 80s Deceit.
Hades or 80s?
Oui. Hades.
Hades.
Oui.
Another ship docked at port?
I do not know. Perhaps? The short version is they say give them the girl. The witch says do not give them the girl. I never particularly wanted to give them the girl in the first place. And they say they will be back and not to cross them.
How much were they willing to offer?
I did not get an amount. He had a chest full of gold.
And how big was this chest?
About this big. And Marguerite will hold out her hands to be how big the chest. I don't think it was huge.
Why is the girl so valuable?
Well, we knew that people already wished to have her as she was kidnapped from where she was meant to be.
Is she still asleep? Or are we
If
making
she's,
this
I
up?
mean, even if she's awake, she can't understand what we're saying at this point, because I'm not speaking Vodace, because Catalina wouldn't understand that.
Of course. Catalina would be looking quite perplexed at you
Yeah, she'd be like, what are you saying?
if you're speaking
You
Vodace.
woke me up and now you're speaking nonsense.
Yep, nonsense. Yes, but it's the she's looking around to see if there's any sailors that are awake.
I mean, the crew already
sing.
is aware, as some of them were on deck during this encounter? A meeting? I do not know.
Well, I wonder when El Capitan will come back.
I do not know. I was asked to come see these visitors as the captain and the first mate are both off the ship.
She is certainly not our property to sell.
No, she is certainly not.
Well,
Should we wake her up and ask if she knows why a Castilian noble would be interested in obtaining her? He said something about she is in the family. However, I assume he does not mean his family, as she is not from Castile. I do not know.
that is very confusing.
We...
I think the girl is very naive. I do not think she would have much in the way of information.
Well, then is it better to tell her of this or no?
No.
Ah.
Un- Unless she knows of this witch you speak of.
Even if we do not tell her, she may still know. Before we went to bed last night, she told me what the captain was doing, even though she had no way of knowing.
Well, if you wish to be honest with her, then by all means.
I think it would be better if she is able to find out and we have not told her, then she will feel we are not trustworthy.
Very well. I do not think it is pertinent to... I would let her rest. And wait till
I was going to say, I don't think we need to wake her up now, though.
the morning. Maybe over breakfast.
Yes. We shall have to decide what to do. They said they would be back by the end of the day. I do not know exactly when.
So... What time is it now?
Still dark.
Even though it's difficult to see in the darkness of the the deck, you can just sense Catalina's eyes roll in her head.
I do not know. Je ne sais pas.
Alright. I am awake now, so I shall join you. So Catalina slides out of the bunk and motions you to lead the way.
Where are we going?
Upstairs.
Then Marguerite will head upstairs.
And once we get outside, Marguerite's going to look at the stars and try and gauge what time it is.
Catalina is?
Catalina is. I'm telling Marguerite what to do.
Once we get out there, Catalina's going to make Marguerite look at the stars and tell her what time it is.
All this talk of cloning and swapping bodies.
I mean, I already almost did the same thing.
Well, actually, we would know what time it is because when the normally on the ship they would have the what do you call it? The sand timer thingy.
Hourglass?
Hourglass. That's it. And then they'd dung 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 dung, and then they'd do the bells for what time it was. Not sure if they do that in port, but they do it out in sea.
Well, if we don't happen to be exactly on the hour, we might not hear that.
Oh yeah, but you would have known the last one. After 4, but not quite 5.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, yes. I believe it is not yet 5.
Catalina yawns. And stretches. I forget, where was the captain going again?
Alana said that he is gone to meet with a merchant.
Catalina nods.
I imagine he may be wanting to sell the...
Artifact?
Wait. I still wonder what it is. That's why no one else believes that it has a heartbeat.
Catalina looks at her. Oh, actually, because I wrote that down. What did Catalina think it was? Oh, okay, now I found it. Yoo-hoo! Okay. So Marguerite told Catalina that she thought it was a heartbeat?
It has a heartbeat. Marguerite has... I think it was felt, not heard, like a heartbeat from it multiple times.
Oh, I agree. Possibly the heart of a once great, powerful creature from many, many, many years ago.
I do not know. That is possible. I only know that when I have touched the box, there is a heartbeat, and even when they took it below deck, I still felt a heartbeat from it.
Do you still feel this heartbeat?
GM? Do I?
At this point, you're telling the story.
But I don't know.
Well, you make it up.
Okay.
I'm on strike until it's my bit.
You're on strike? Okay. You need to make a good sign then. GM's on strike.
We need a GM on strike sign.
I do not feel a heartbeat now. It is not a constant thing. It has been every once in a while. Usually I believe only when the chest is being moved or I have touched it.
Interesting. I do not feel these things.
Huh.
Maybe, possibly, you are in tune with the ocean more than I.
I do not know if it has to do with the ocean, although that would be interesting.
Well, I do believe that it is maybe, possibly, perhaps the heart of a creature from centuries ago from the ocean.
Huh? That would certainly be interesting. If it is magic, perhaps, I do not know. I have met people before this who do magic. The first... I have met 3 Fate Witches now. And been kissed by one. That was unusual.
That is very unusual. Do they go around kissing people?
The one this morning did. That is when I think she may have done a spell of some sort.
Kissing and probing the mind.
I do not think it was that. I do not know.
Well, I guess we are lucky that Wojack was not up here.
Probably. I imagine he would have had a lot to say.
She's sort of chuckling to herself.
I mean, I imagine he would have been quite happy to take the money and hand over Helena. So, very good. He is not up and about just yet.
I am still very confused about the timing of their arrival. Because who comes to a boat at nearly 5 o'clock in the morning? This does not make much sense at all.
I suppose the Marquis Hernandez does.
And it's probably around 6 the captain gets back. So.
Ah.
Do we want to place El Chivato and El Bato on this situation?
I mean, I imagine they will find out at some point. So, perhaps we had better. Although, is it better to tell the captain first?
I think we should tell probably the captain first.
I believe so.
Oh, and speaking of whom? Of which?
Speaking of which?
Of which?
Oui?
El Capitan, welcome back on board. We may need to have a quick word with you.
What is it that you have done?
And she's looking
nothing?
at Marguerite.
I have done nothing. There is a bit of a situation, however. We had some visitors while you were gone. And they wish to trade money for Alana.
Why would that be? I thought she went nowhere and spoke to no one.
Specifically her, she did not go anywhere. I have only been on board the ship. I do not imagine anyone would have said anything on shore. When they came to the ship, they said that we had something of theirs, and we knew what it was. And when I said we did not, they said it was the girl. And that she is a member of the family? It was confusing. There was a Castilian noble. He says his name is Hernandez. He was with some pirates, I have been told, are crew of the Hades Deceit.
They are a pack of cutthroats.
So I have heard. They were also with a Fate Witch who requested to me that we do not hand over Alana. However, he says they will be back by the end of the day and expects I imagine he expects a specific decision by then, as he said not to cross them.
And he goes over and leans against the side of the ship, and the first mate says, "And what do you want to do? You're at the center of this, so I'm asking you."
I do not think we should give them a child in exchange for money.
Well, we have a job.
Which is?
Cargo. To a Castilian city.
Which city?
Savencia.
I do not know that one.
Savencia? Or Slavencia?
Savencia.
Savencia. Okay. I am not familiar with Savencia, although I have heard of it.
It's a bit more rough and tumble, but it's a port town.
Well, as I am not the captain of the ship, what do you wish to do?
I have no intention of handing a girl over to anybody.
I am pleased to hear this. We have not yet informed her of this situation, so we do not know how she feels about it.
The Hades sits lower in the water, Captain. We are faster, even with the cargo.
So we could run?
Can we be loaded by end of day?
And the first mate, he said, "Hey, if they work hard, yeah."
So let us load without looking like we are trying to load.
How?
I don't know, load casual.
The first mate nods.
Don't they have, like, pilot ships that come out and take the ships out of port?
In proper ports, probably.
But not this one.
Oh, so we technically would not probably be docked at a dock then. We might be anchored in port. Is this correct?
Yep.
Or not?
Now, proper ports,
Yeah,
ports, absolutely. They've spent proper money on facilities and so on.
Whereas a lot of the ports
That's
didn't.
right. So it doesn't have all the facilities as such, like the other ones you were at. So yeah, most of the ships are actually just anchored, and then they're using longboats to load and unload and stuff like that, rather than. Now he's got close. It does have a basic wharf, and he's close enough that you can like get to, but it's not a proper like sort of thing. Where you're going will have proper facilities.
Do you mean to outrun the ship,
Duh.
Captain?
And if the winds are favourable as we are faster than them, I would like to get ahead and set a course that is false. Lead them on fool's errand.
I am not familiar with sailing, but why would you wish to sail in the incorrect direction?
So they do not know where we are going.
Let us hope that they are not holding grudge.
I have heard, well, only today, that they are not to be trifled with.
They swing pirates very much because of ships like that.
Well, is there anything you need from us to help prepare the ship?
We need to prepare the ship without looking like we are preparing the ship.
Yes.
Is the cargo in port?
The cargo will be here around 11. One of your countrymen and noblemen having a party.
Catalina looks a little bit confused at this, but she knows of the amount of exorbitant money that some nobles do spend, but didn't. The enormity of it is put her off a bit.
Is it not common to spend this much on a party?
I do suppose that in context, it does make sense. One does see some of the exorbitant foods and wines and glamour that nobles do spend
Oui?
on parties, but to see it contextually within the scope of this ship, it does provide. It does provide some.
Who is this individual?
Roberto de Frei Anton de Montezinos de Gustavo.
Roberto?
Do you recognize the name?
See, I don't recognize this name. A Castilian noble.
Yes.
Definitely is a person that has some love for, let's say, parties, and is quite knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable? About?
Many things.
Huh.
You can ask him a question about any subject, and he will have information on it. He is quite a remarkable man, but
Sounds useful.
still, I guess, interestingly, he is a opponent against the Inquisition.
Huh.
Not saying someone I am fond of, but definitely someone that I would support in this endeavor.
Interesting.
And she leans over to Marguerite, and she says, "But with your reputation, Marguerite, I would probably be careful with, because he is very, how should you say it, very open."
Open? I do not know what you mean.
Your character probably would. But
What? Emily
might
doesn't.
not.
Emily does. Hero point. She gets a hero point.
No, I get a hero point if I'm indecisive, not if I don't understand things. I honestly don't know what she's trying to get at.
I get a hero point if I don't understand things.
Okay, I honestly... Can you explain to me what you mean?
Catalina should get a hero point for making it confusing for you.
Number one, what's my reputation? Number two, what do you mean? These are my questions.
Somewhere in all of this, I deserve a danger point.
Let's. Shall we say that he is known for being the huggy and kissy type?
Oh, all right. And what does this have
what do you call that?
I don't know. What does this have to do with me?
She's looking at you with a wry smile. Did you not tell her about the... Oh, no, you did. Yep.
Yeah, I said the lady kissed me, but I'm like, not drawing a connection here.
She's just toying with you.
I do not understand. Je suis désolée.
You have an accent?
I am sorry.
One more, Jack.
Oh, all right. I think, yeah, Marguerite's looking pretty confused. Before we assist with the cargo or preparing the ship, I want to go ask Alana something. And perhaps we should make sure that Wojack and Fenric are awake?
See?
Alright, then Marguerite is going to start heading down because she wants to go ask Alana something.
And you pass by Fenric, who is preparing today's meals.
Good morning.
Morning. Do you fancy a bite?
No, thank you. We are probably going to be leaving much sooner than expected. As soon as possible, actually.
That's too bad. The people here are quite good partiers. They tip well, too.
Ah. Well, something has come up.
Alright, well, keep me informed. I don't plan on leaving the ship before tonight.
Well, we are leaving before tonight, I believe, so...
Then it won't be an issue. Did you catch any of my performance last night?
I did not leave the ship. I am sorry.
Well, you missed out on one pretty crazy event.
I am sure it is my loss.
Very much so.
My apologies.
Have you heard from Wojack today?
Today, no. Last night, he came back from shore and seemed, unhappy?
I may have made him a little bit upset. He'll get over it,
He
though.
said something about someone throwing a drink on him.
Really?
Oui.
That's not very nice of them.
Anyway, I have to go, so goodbye.
Okay.
That took a strange turn.
It's true!
Did you expect it not to?
It's just there's like that awkward moment. It's like I've got to go talk to something.
Okay, bye. Alright, well, Marguerite's gonna go talk to Alana.
And she's sleeping peacefully in her hammock.
And I'm going to attempt to gently wake her up.
And she wakes
Just kind
with a
of...
little bit of a start, but not a huge sort
Yeah.
of like jump sort of thing.
Sorry, there are some things that have happened that I should probably tell you about, and also I had a question about them for you as well. Is that alright?
Okay.
She's very agreeable. So earlier this morning, I met a Fate Witch, and I believe she may have done something. Can you tell if there is, well, anything, I suppose?
Do you want to spend a hero point?
Yes. I just don't know if I have any. Because I thought they didn't carry over. Well, I will spend the one I
so
apparently
everyone
have.
currently has one.
And I will go to 0. Yes?
Yes, she definitely did something.
Do you know what it was?
She has touched one of her strands to you.
And what does that mean?
It depends on the incantation and the reason and essence behind it. I don't really know because I don't know what she was doing, but she might know sometimes where you are or where you might be wanting to go or possibly your intentions.
Well, she knows of you, as she mentioned you to me by name.
I wonder who she is.
There was... Somebody came to the ship who wishes for us to send you with him. She told me that we should not do so.
I would not like to go with him. Who was he?
I did not imagine you would, and we would not like you to either. His name was the Marquis Hernandez?
That is a very funny Vodachi name.
It is... He was not from Vodache. He is from, well, you know Catalina?
Yes.
He is from the same country that she is from, Castile.
Why was he with a Fate Witch? Or why was the Fate Witch with him?
I do not know. I worry she may not wish to be, as she did not have the same interests, it seems. And I have met another Fate Witch who did not wish to be with the people she was with.
So what are we going to do?
We are going to leave. He says that he will return tonight, so we are going to leave before that.
Where are we going?
It sounds as though the captain has found a job and we are going to deliver something to Castile.
That something is not me.
No, that is not you. It was supplies for a party? Wine, the captain said, and something else that I do not... Spices.
I like parties. Are we going to a party?
I don't know. I don't think so. I believe we're just giving them the supplies for the party.
I want to go to the party. Can I drink at the party?
Why do you wish to drink?
They don't let me have alcohol. I would like some.
Why?
Because I'm not allowed any.
Oh, well, if doing things you aren't allowed is good enough, I imagine being on a pirate ship should suffice. I'm sure you're not allowed to do that either.
And I like doing that.
I can tell. Well, you'll get to do that for at least a while longer.
I like being a pirate. I make a good pirate, they say.
Ah, you are certainly learning a lot of things, specifically knots.
As you haven't seen him, he would probably still be asleep.
Is he a heavy sleeper or a light
He
sleeper?
might be.
Heavy.
Okay, I'm going to spend a danger point that I have.
Oh, yeah. What did I do to you?
Yeah, what did you do to the witch?
What did you do? What's she gonna do? Is the question.
Yeah.
And-
She's spending a danger
no,
point?
I'm spending a danger
on him?
point.
What?
And Alana gets
you are.
out and she takes a rope and she ties it around the part of the hull and then ties it around Wojack's ankle and goes, see? I've been learning. And then she comes back.
Does this wake him up or no?
No.
No? Ah, you most definitely have. You learn quite quickly.
What was the
He doesn't
danger
wake
in
up.
that?
Oh,
The
he hasn't
GM
woken
points are
up
called
yet.
danger points regardless. You know, so I had to spend a danger point.
He's gonna
I couldn't
trip
call.
and
I mean, I
fall.
guess I could have called it Alana is trolling Louis. Point.
Point.
Okay.
But that's
But they're called
Oh.
danger points.
So when Wojack wakes up, he's gonna hop out of the bunk and...
Yeah,
fall
Yes.
Blood on
over
his
probably.
face.
but he doesn't have
Okay.
to hurt himself.
Okay, that
That's up
makes
to
sense.
him. He can take damage points if he wants to. But yeah, I'm not enforcing.
He can smash his skull if he feels like it.
Things like that, though, I'm going to leave up to the players. She was more being innocent and just was in that going like, oh look, I can actually do something, and so she shows like, oh, I got to tie a rope. Oh, I'll tie it to Wojack, but
I'll just tie it to
I'm not
his...
going to I'm not going to
turns
enforce
out,
like damage. I'm not going to say he takes damage. It's just if he wants to, to go, takes a point of damage or whatever, he can, but he does not have to. But because
It turns out Alina was the nemesis all the way along.
Oh dear. No. Chalk. Well, we have a lot of things to do to make sure that the ship is ready to leave before night. I don't know if you want to help with that or if you would rather stay here.
I will help. I feel happier when I am doing something.
That is understandable. All right, then let's go see what needs to be done, I suppose.
Okay.
And anyone else can do anything they want.
Catalina's up on deck. I guess she'll start helping once the supplies
Yep.
start
So around, it's
coming
pretty
on
close to 11, and these longboats come up, and they've got wine and ale, and there's fine silks, and there's sugar, and there's barley, and there's some form of sweets and stuff, and cooking, like ingredients. And the first mate's like, do it quick, lads, but don't look like you're doing... I don't know, load casual.
Quick but casual.
So the stuff that they can throw up, they make like a chain, and they throw it to one guy who throws it to next, who then... they have the whole grating open, and basically they just chain this stuff down. Things that are breakable takes longer because they have to more... They can't throw it, they've got to hand it up. And that's basically how they do it. They try to make a couple of chains and just sort of throw and then throw to the next and then throw to the next. They seem reasonably used to doing it this way, so I mean it's not like a big complicated sort of thing. A little bit harder for you guys to get into that because there's a definite rhythm to it. I mean, it's because the ones with high dexterity probably don't have a problem. It takes a little bit to go, okay, this is how we, like, because it's reasonably conveyor belt, so it's not like one piece goes and then the next. It's not like one and then it's right on you, but they do it reasonably quickly. So you sort of, once you get into the...
Is Alana okay with
they
it?
get her doing something a bit less... they find something for her to do where she feels she's doing something. She's in the cargo hold organising things.
Is Wojack awake yet?
By this time, yes.
Okay.
And how does that play out?
If they're storing stuff, if they're bringing cargo on board, Wojack will be down with the purser and the quartermasters, helping him store. You did see him get up in the sunlight earlier on, and he had a big bandage around his head.
So...
And he wasn't in a happy mood either. So he wasn't saying much. And he just got on with his work, grumbling the whole time. Big... yeah, you just can't see what's underneath the bandage on his head.
So it takes to about 1:30 to load everything?
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone obviously looking at the ship that Catalina can see?
Yeah, I think she feels you're being watched. Her spidey sense is sort of tingling a little. Catalina does feel you're being watched.
Okay, using my empathy as a doctor.
Yes. Well, doctor's got to be observant,
she
right?
can't pinpoint where. It's not like a sense where you can go there, but it's just a case when you're sort of looking out at the town and the other ships are, they're all doing what you'd expect them to do, but it's just that feeling that there's eyes on you. 7th Sea, starring Emily as Marguerite, Shadow as Fenric, RavenInsane as Catalina, Bluey as Wojack, Ghost as the teller of stories. 7th Sea is released by Chaosium Games and written by John Wick. Some of the sound come from Sirenscape.com. You can find us at critfail.com.
Alright.
What the fuck's a Savato?
I don't know. That's what if you're... Okay, so the laptop I got, I've been lazy and I haven't changed it, and it goes to Bing automatically instead of Google. And if El Shivato, if Google Translate says it means the snitch, but Bing says it's the Snavato, whatever that means.
Yep.
I don't know what that is
And
meant
if you
to
put
mean.
that into the Google Translate, it says you've been using Bing.
Is that what it says?
That's what you get for
To try and translate Shabbat.
So it tells you very specifically.
Yeah.